late.
Okay, you asked for it, and here it is. It's my reaction, my live reaction to Twin Peaks: The Return, Episode 8. I got no idea what I'm getting myself in for. I know there's a lot of black and white stuff, that's pretty much it. And I know that it's separate from kind of the rest of the show in some way, shape or form. So I'm just going to watch it and kind of react along as it goes, and I'll edit it down. We'll see what happens. Kind of trying to do this Zeranizerek style, but apparently if this was an episode to do a reaction to, this was the one. So we'll see where it goes. Let's just start this thing. Love the intro, by the way. I like the kind of the updated kind of intro sequence. It just feels appropriate, you know, not to use the same kind of footage, but to basically give us the same kind of feeling, you know, the waterfall and whatnot. And how great is it that David Lynch is directing every single episode? That's pretty incredible. You don't often see that, if at all, on any TV series, that one director will helm the entire series, let alone an 18 episode run. So now I'm not sure like if we're supposed to really have much of a clue of how Bad Cooper works in any way, shape or form. All this stuff he knows, I guess it's just stuff that he's accrued over the years. It must be. I don't know why. I just had a real like 11 out of 10 sudden urge to watch Blade Runner. And I've got no idea. Like I don't know how those two things connect. Probably the music, I guess, kind of maybe reminded me of the score. Synthesizers, yeah, that's the key. That's the connection. Yeah. Oh shit! Oh! Huh? No. What in the hell? Looks like that guy we've seen a few times over the denizens of the Black Lodge, perhaps. Must be. I guess this is where the weirdness kicks in. Oh, what the hell? What are they doing? The lack of sound, except for the score, is really disconcerting. Well, I wasn't expecting Bad Cooper to kick the bucket just yet, I have to say. Holy shit! Oh my god. I was thinking it the whole time. Are we going to get to see Frank Silver as Bob again in some way, shape or form? And that was kind of it. Or at least one way. Jesus. I'm appreciating the weirdness, but if this is going to be the whole hour, it's just these guys dancing around. Patience is going to run a little bit thin. Alright, they're gone. There's some kind of, like, birthing sack coming out of...
I think he's dead.
You think he's dead?
Some kind of hell song.
Alright, so we're getting the musical number in the Roadhouse at the beginning of the episode. Man, it must be hot in that leather jacket, performing to that degree. Alright, we're back with Bad Cooper. I must say, I find it interesting how... Right, yeah, I didn't think he was done. It's been interesting how the first, like, 5, 6... Oh, 1945. Huh. New Mexico. I want to get this thought out. It's interesting how the first, like, 5, 6 episodes or whatever had ended with a performance. I'm not going to get my thought out here. think that was a nervous laugh. It's like when you don't know what else to do, a laugh just comes out. It isn't funny. Yeah, so I like how in the first couple of episodes of the show we end with a musical performance in the Roadhouse, so that by the time you get to like episode 7 you're expecting it, and then it doesn't happen. And it kind of flips the convention on its head. Same with this episode. I mean, this is just nightmarish. That shot of the atomic blast was just haunting, scary, captivating, mesmerizing, terrifying. I have a particular fear of nuclear weaponry, but it's that kind of fear that kind of, it's one of those kind of weird things that just digs in deep whenever I think about it. And I hope there was an epilepsy warning before this episode was aired, I have to say. Oh, of course! Why didn't I see it? The convenience store. Right, so this is linked to Bob and his people, and so perhaps this... Well, no, it couldn't have been birthed from a nuclear blast, because apparently Bob had been around for 1,000 years or something, wasn't it? 1,500? I don't know. Where did I hear that from? In some scene. Somewhere. We lived above a... how do you say? Convenience store. Though I don't know how they lived above this convenience store, because there's no above to this convenience store. It's just a roof. So I'm assuming the room we saw them in Fire Walk With Me. This is just... what the fuck is that? Is that creamed corn? Garmonbozia. There's Bob. You know when people... I hate when people say, oh, this game's like the people who made it's on crack. This is like, you know, if there's anything ever worthy of that statement, it's probably this. I think people overuse that kind of popular phrase too much, but this is just like nightmare fuel. 100%. No dilution. Right, this little golden ball bead thing, is that Dougie? Am I reading too much into this? Is this meant to mean anything at all? Why is no one answering me? What is this? Oh, good God. I wonder how David Lynch pitched this episode. Well, you've seen Fantasia, right? Yeah. Well, just imagine that, but me making it. I have to say, I wouldn't mind one day getting a little bit drunk and watching this, or, you know, it would be quite the experience. I mean, you can say that of many things, you know, like 2000, like the last 20 minutes of 2001 maybe, but, oh look, it's Azkaban. Yeah, you can tell the money has gone on this episode for sure. I get a little bit of a Giga feeling from the design of this building on the rock in the middle of the ocean. Don't know why. This is hypnotic. Like my head's actually feeling strange. Don't know how else to say it. Definitely Razorhead vibes coming from this one. So the giant looks like he just came out of one of Seth Brundle's pods and ended up in the 1940s, as directed by David Lynch. Well, it only stands to reason that after such a trippy and fast-paced, frenetic sequence as we just got, that it slows down to a snail's pace now. Unlike Lynch needs much to slow things down to a snail's pace, but if you're going to speed things up, then he's going to slow them right back down again. So is this still in 1945, I wonder? So I'm wondering if this is like the genesis of Bob and the Giant and who knows what. Now I'm just getting vibes from fucking the PC game Grim Fandango. Now I'm wondering if this is going to all end in some kind of aha moment, you know, that kind of makes everything seem even better than it is. I mean, from a production standpoint, cinematography, sound design, this is really something just completely visceral. I could see people hating this. I could see people adoring this. You know, I don't feel there's going to be much in between. Now the giant's just floating on a slant in this theatre. It's like some kind of Black Lodge version of planking. What? The music in this scene is just beautiful. You know, music just gets inside you, and it just does something that other mediums of art can't do. There's something about it that just roots in deep, and that was one of those pieces of music, I think. What in God's name was that thing with Laura's face inside that ball that went through the machine and onto the movie screen? And I don't know if you heard, but I was in the same position for so long. When I moved my arm, it clicked. Right, 1945. It's specifying again. Now I'm moving up. Was that whole sequence in the 40s? 1956. New Mexico desert. Push. Push. Something tells me this isn't a velociraptor. Kind of like mosquito frog. Find a penny and pick it up, and all day long you'll have a penny. Because you're not going to spend it. Fucking pennies. Who needs them? The fuck is that? Who is that? Wow. Jesus Christ. Oh. Peas and rice. Jesus. And that's it. Huh. Woodsman. Part of me was thinking maybe that young teenage girl was Sarah Palmer, you know, and that thing crawling inside her mouth was part of something, but I don't really think that's... I don't think that holds any water, but Jesus. I don't know what to think about that, I really don't. Oh man. Sound design, David Lynch, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I have seen that on all the other episodes. And that's it, I'm so bewildered and wondering whether this even plays into anything and whether this will even be returned to by the end of the season or not. Or if this was just let's just give him this episode to do whatever he wants kind of deal. And there you have it, episode 8. It had moments that just had me mesmerized, you know, mouth agape. It had moments that kind of scared me. It had moments that disgusted me. It had a moment that moved me in a way that I can't even describe. That scene in the theater with the giant and the stuff. Like, the music in that scene was just so incredible. It really it made me emotional in a way that I can't even describe. Like, I don't know why I felt emotional about it. It just I guess there was just something haunting about that piece of music that was written for the scene. And even though what was happening was very abstract and kind of abstract, the music just seemed to make it more than it was, maybe. I don't know. Awesome to see Bob, you know, in the form that we did. I don't know how any of this plays into anything. And I guess that's it. So I'll save my thoughts on episode 9 I don't know what to think. I really don't. As far as, like, I mean, just the way it looked was stunning, you know. Some of those scenes were just gorgeous to look at. And those two kids walking home, I mean, I don't know. I don't know whether I genuinely think that this was a great exercise in excess. You know, just throwing whatever you want at the wall and do it to such a great degree. Like, you know, do the weird stuff, but make it, like, execute it really well. But really it doesn't have much meaning. But because you've made it look so interesting and you've just drawn people in by how different and weird it is, then it kind of does its job anyway. Or maybe there is this kind of method to the madness. I don't know. I've got no opinion. Really, deep down, I have no opinion on it. I don't think. I was wowed, but not satisfied. You know, wildly different. Wildly different. Refreshing, frustrating. It's everything and it's nothing at the same time. You know, I don't know what to say. I'll probably do a deep dive on this and kind of see all the theories and the reviews and check out RazorwireReviews video, see what he has to say on it, and maybe it'll kind of you know. But I didn't make much sense of it. I don't think you're supposed to though. But part of me thinks that was all done so well that it would be such an awful waste if it didn't mean anything, if that makes sense. So if this all ties into the series and the story in some way, then I think it's quite incredible, but I'm not sure if it does. And even if it doesn't, I still think it's quite a memorable piece of television. So, I mean, I saw that someone put this as one of their top 10 films of the year, even though it's not a film. And it is quite standalone from the rest of the series. Anyway, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. And I gotta go and try and edit this down somehow. So I'll see you in the next one. And until then...
It's alright by me. Apart from the fact he throws cans and calling into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. But he's not quite as cool as you.